So hi guys, today I'm going to answer all the activities in chapter 7. Sorry, but very sorry guys, my voice is not okay today. So now I'm going to find activity in chapter 7. Yeah, so the first activity in chapter 7 is in the page 7115 entitled Binary to Decimal Conversion. So So the instructions here says that this activities allows you to practice 8-bit binary to decimal conversion as much as necessary. We recommend that you work with this tool until you are able to do the conversion without error. Convert the binary number shown in the octet to its decimal value. So I think I'm just going to compute all the bit that have number 1. So the bit that have number one is 32, just 32, so I'm not going to compute that. So I think I'm going to put it in the decimal value. So the number 32, only the number 32 has the number 1, so 32 is the answer. So let's check if it's correct. So it's correct, but that was so easy. So now I'm going to again for another number. The new number is 6484. This is the bit that has number 1. So 64 8 4. So my calcu 64 plus 8 plus 4. 64 plus 8 plus 4. So it's 76. So let's check if it's correct. So let's check. So it's correct. So yeah, that's all I have to do in that first activity. So now let's find another activity. For another activity, it's in the page 7118, which entitled Binary to a Decimal to Binary Conversion Utility. So let's check. So the instruction here says this activity allows you to practice decimal conversion to 8-bit binary values. We recommend that you work with this tool until you are able to do the conversion without error. Convert the decimal number shown in the decimal value row to its binary bits. So I'm going to compute the decimal value. So I think it's like what I did on the previous activity. The but it's the you I need to do it in another way. So it has decimal value. Now I'm going to put the bit of it. So I think I'm going to add again. um I'm going to put one on the bit that I'm going to put one on the bit that will compute all the number, the total 248. So I'm going to try 128 plus 64. So it has 192. So first, before I forgot. I put because it has 192, and I'm going to find 200 plus. But in 64 and 128, it already had 192. So yeah. So that I will never forget. Next, I'm going to plus 32. So it is now 224. So I'm going to add again the one later. So I already had. Okay, I'm going to add. So let's put 16. Okay. it's already to have, if I put 16, it will be 240. I just have to be to have 3. So 16 going to 16, and to have 3, I think it's, of course it's 2 and 1. So the last, I'm going to put 0 all the numbers that didn't compute the 243, didn't need to compute the 243. So I'm going to put 0, 0, and then 1, and then 1. So I'm going to check if it's correct. So yeah, it's correct. Now I'm going to find another activity. So another activity. I'm done with this. So I think for another activity. So the next activity is in page 7137, entitled Unicast, Broadcast, or Multicast. So in this one, the instructions say click start to view the destination IP address. Next, click the host, which will receive a packet based on the address type unicast, broadcast, or multicast. This is a timed activity. Okay, it has time. The time remaining is 10. So I think I'm going to also going to click the start. The destination address. Okay, for I explain 17, which is okay. So I think for this activity, so yeah, it's correct. So the destination address, IP address is 237.192.126, and okay, let's start again. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the destination address, I click where it going to, um, so yeah, it's now I'm going to find another activity. So yeah, in those activity, I just click where the destination address will going to that PC. Which PC will it go? So that the PC that I click have that destination IP address. So that's correct. So for another activity, going to find another activity. So yeah, another activity is this in page 7142, activity titled Past or Block IPv4 addresses. So let's click this one. So the instruction, decide to pass or block each IP address depending on whether it is public, the internet, or private small local network. Click start to begin and click on either pass or block. So pipe, I think, so I'm just going to, um, yeah, it does have start. So I'm just going to click if it pass or block for the all IP address that will going to arrive, I think. So let's start. So start. Yeah, pass. Click pass again. I hope it's correct. Okay. Again. It so again, because yeah, it's correct. Now I have to click it. Pass. Yeah. I no, because it's lag. Don't know why. Oh, like that. Why it's not? I can click it. Um, it's slow. It's very slow. Okay. Why I can click it? Sorry. No. Going to concentrate. Yeah. Last two. No. It's not easy. Yeah. Why? Why? I can click it. Right. Okay, so let's reset again. I can click it. I don't know why. It's very slow. So yeah, let's try again. Oh yeah, start. Oh my god, I don't know why. Again, I can click it. Don't know why. Start. Last one, try. Logs. Last one. Okay. Okay. So that is it, guys. This activity is it's hard because it's not hard, but I can click it right because I don't know why. So yeah. Now let's find another activity. So yeah, find another activity. So another activity is in page 7148 entitled Public or Private IPv4 Address. So this activity, drag each IP address to correct category public or private. So I'm going to pick if that IP address is public or private. So yeah, that's it. I think 17. This is private. This also private. The 170 because of that one. And this is public. Public, of course. I think because of 178. And it has correct the 16168. That's my yeah. It's right. And this. So let's check. Yeah, it's correct. Now I'm going to find another activity again for this chapter. So it has now. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. This activity. Drag the IPv4 and IPv6 terms to the field next to the appropriate description. So it has dual stack tunneling, IPv4, IPv6, and translation. So 148-bit address. So for the 148-bit address, I think it's the IPv6 because of 148. It has 148. For the 32-bit address, I think it's IPv4 because it's 32-bit IP address. For the transport and IPv6 transport because of the word, of course, it's tunneling. Uses N8064 to convert between its translation for the last one allows IPv4 to coexist on the same network. Of course, it's dual stack. So let's check if it's correct. So yeah, it's correct. Now let's going to find another activity. So the other activity is in page 7224 entitled Practicing IPv6 Address Representation. So this activity, okay, the instruction says convert the IPv6 addresses into short, omit the leading zeros, and compress perm using the numbers at the bottom of the page to continue this activity. So, Lily, ah, yeah, like on what I read in this, I think the omitting leading zero. So I think this will, all the zeros that, all the number in the prepared format that has leading zero or the zero in first line will, excuse me, I'm going to, um, not going to put that zero like for this 20011 going to put that, but if it has zero in the middle or on the last or something but not in the first line, it's correct. You have to, I'm going to put it in this, but like the next one is 000. For if it's all zero, it has four zeros, you're just going to put the 10, and the next one is ODB ODB8, a 0 db8, because it has like what I said, it has, if it has zero in the first line, going to I'm not going to include that zero, so it will going to be db8. No, zero, um db8. So let's check. So yeah, the next one is 1111. It has no zero, so I'm going to include that. So yeah, for the next one is for the three. It has 00000. So I'm going to, like what I did on the four zeros on the second line of 2001. I'm going to put zero one, just one zero for the four zeros in every column. So just 10, 10, 10, and for the last one it is 0200. So I'm not going to put that per zero on the first line. I'm just going to put 200 or 200. So you see, it's all checked. So for the compressed format, I'm just going you're just going to um put all the numbers that you put on the omit leading zero. Just have to like what I said, compress it, but have to put this in every number. Let's see. Okay, 2001 going, this is important in the compressed format. Yeah, this one, these two dots, uh, I forgot what it's called. So yeah, before that, my foot 2001 zeros. So if in the compressed format, if you're going to write the, for example, number, then the next is zero, then the next is number that uh, example 1 2 3 or something that don't have zero. The next one is 000 again. You're just going to put the, like what I did, the two dots. I forget that what it's called, but you just have to put it um just one, just one of those two on the zero. but on the another zero, you have to write the other zero like this. Going to, yeah, like zero is the next. I'm not going to put that. To okay. To just to be so the next one is, sorry, I click the start. I think it's checked, but I'm not done yet. Um, D E A. This is important. These two, that's 11. 1111. Next one, and the next one is the 000. So this one, because it has a lot of zero, you can put it on whatever zero, in the first zero or in the second zero, but just one. But I prepare it on the second to the last zero because it has more zero to shorten. So the last one is 200. So let's check. So let's check. So yeah, it's correct. So it has 10 of those, but you just have to do what I did. To do what I did in this, because it's all the same, but not same omitting leading zeros numbers. But all of that, just have to do what I did this on the 10 figures. So I'm not going to answer that because I already know it, and I hope you understand the activities in this and how I came up with that answer. I hope I explained it to you guys very well. So for the next activity, going to find the next activity. So the next activity is in the page 7235. Activity, identify types of IPv6 addresses. So I'm going to click that. Drag the IPv6 address type to the most appropriate description. So it has global, unicast, link local, and 64. The description, that's the term. I'm going to put that in, which is which of these is her right description. Unique, the first one, unique internet routable IPv6 address. So unique, I think it's global unicast, the word unique itself. Next is FE8. So I think it's link local, and for 64, I think it's global unicast. Typically, typical IPv6 prefix used to indicate the network portion of the address. So I think it's the um, this one, because IPv6 and used to communicate with the other device on the same IPv6. Of course, I think it's link local. So let's check if it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. So now it's going to find another activity in this chapter. The other activity in this chapter, um, let's see in this configuration. Let's configure a little bit. If it has, no, does not have. Sorry. Yeah, let's see in this if it has. I hope it has, because I will show you a bit. Enter the show command that will display a brief summary of the IPv6 interface status. So I'm going to, so to show the command that will display a brief summary, you have to type show IPv6 and interface brief. So yeah, so then it display this one. The next one is to show the command that will display IPv6 routing table. So like what I type on that, show IPv6 route. So let's check. So yeah, it's correct. So that's just one. Okay, let's find again another activity. I just want to show you that for you to know. So another activity. Okay. Okay. So this is for another activity. It has no. I hope it does. So I think it's the last activity. I think. So yeah, that's the last activity for the chapter 7. So I hope you understand. I hope I explain it well to you, or how to answer that activity, and how I answer that activity, how in my own understanding. So yeah, that's all the activities. I think this is because this is the last. So thank you guys for watching.